Hey guys, Dusty over here at Escondido Germanato. Just want to go over another quick fix that we found on these M52 motors. Actually M54 motors. Apologize. What we've been seeing is these cars, usually misfire faults will come in, and for the norm, more than 90% of the time it's a faulty coil or a vacuum leak from the crankcase vent valve oil separator system. But we've noticed sometimes that's not the case. If you swap coils on a cylinder that's misfiring and it does not follow the cylinder, the next step is checking compression. We've been seeing these cars come in anywhere from 100,000 miles, 180,000 miles, where they have a loss of compression in the cylinder. We've also seen on the higher mileage ones, where we've seen this, we've seen rough running on startup, where they just run terrible. Everything checks out as far as for vacuum leaks. All the coils are working good, the service is up to date, and they still kind of run rough on startup. Done cold compression checks and seen that across the board these things are pretty uneven. But on ones where we've seen almost like a dead hole where there's no compression, like on this particular car, this is a 2002 325i, and number 4 was misfiring. We swapped coils, found no change. Swapped spark plugs, no change. Checked compression and the cylinder number 4, and found that the cylinder had 0 compression in it. As crazy as that sounds. Our next step from what we've seen is on our leak down test that the valves are holding tight, but it's actually leaking through the rings. What ends up happening is these things, obviously we haven't torn one down to take a look at it, but the rings and the ringlands from either carbon buildup, they actually get stuck, especially when they're cold. They'll get stuck inside the lands, and they won't expand up against the cylinder walls, giving it compression. So what we've done is, this stuff is really good. It's the same manufacturer because it looks like the same bottling, but they sell this at Mini Cooper as well. BMW for the top engine cleaner. Use it for the injection services that they do, but we just get it from GM. It's a little bit cheaper. Upper engine cleaner. What we'll do is we'll fill this bottle up, put about 1 ounce in this top cavity, and pour it directly into the cylinder. Let it sit overnight so that solution has time to work its way down inside the ringlands and kind of ungum where the rings are sticking to the piston. After that, we'll kind of blow it out first thing in the morning, put the plug back in it, start the car up, and you'll see a bunch of smoke coming out the exhaust. But after that, let the car run for about half an hour. You'll go back and check compression. It'll bring it right back up into allowable specs. So this thing will actually get rid of that misfire fault, and the smooth engine running, you'll see a nice smooth pattern all the way through. So no need to tear down the motor or do a bottom end. Just like I said, pour some of that stuff in there, let it sit overnight. It's best if you're going to do it, just do it on all cylinders. It'll help even out the compression, especially on these higher mileage cars. M54, rough running, low compression. This is the fix. Alright guys, hope this helps.